Living in Maplewood Estates had always required patience, especially with Karen next door. She thrived on control, wielding the HOA like a weapon. But nothing could have prepared me for her son's antics, and the lesson he was about to learn. It started on a lazy Sunday afternoon. I was polishing my Harley in the driveway, enjoying a rare moment of quiet. The bike wasn't just a machine. It was my pride and a carefully maintained work of art. I had recently installed a security feature. The Harley was wired to a police alert system, triggered if anyone tried to start it without my authorization. I hadn't tested it yet, thinking hopefully that it would never be necessary. Then Karen's son, Jimmy, appeared. The kid had a mischievous streak, and I had noticed him peeking over the fence earlier that week. Before I could react, he hopped onto the Harley and tried to start it. "Hey, get off!" I shouted, running toward him. But as soon as he turned the ignition, the system went off. Sirens blared, lights flashed, and a direct alert pinged the local police department. Jimmy froze, his eyes wide in terror, as the Harley remained immobile, refusing to start. Within minutes, police cars arrived, lights spinning and engines rumbling. Officers jumped out and approached cautiously. I explained the situation. The motorcycle was wired to a security system, and the boy had tried to steal it. Karen, who had been inside the house, came rushing out in a flurry of panic and indignation. "What is going on?" she demanded, her face red. Her son stammered, trying to explain, but the officers weren't buying it. They saw the bike, the wiring, the sirens, and the obvious fear on Jimmy's face. After questioning both of us, it was clear. He had attempted to take the motorcycle without permission. The police issued a warning and instructed Karen to supervise her son more closely. The look on Karen's face was priceless. A mix of fury, embarrassment, and disbelief. She had always prided herself on control, but now her son's reckless behavior had been exposed in front of law enforcement. The whole neighborhood, who had gathered after hearing the sirens, watched the spectacle unfold. Jimmy sheepishly apologized to me, and I patted him on the shoulder, trying not to laugh at the absurdity of the situation. The Harley sat quietly in the driveway after that, a silent sentinel reminding everyone that rules exist for a reason, especially when they involve someone else's property. Karen's son never attempted another stunt, and Karen herself seemed to have learned a lesson, at least temporarily, about the limits of her family's sense of entitlement. The whole episode became a cautionary tale in the neighborhood. People whispered about it for weeks. How Karen's obsession with appearances and her son's reckless behavior collided, and how one well-prepared motorcycle prevented disaster. From then on, I made sure to wave at the neighborhood kids and keep the Harley secured. It was more than just a bike. It had become a symbol of boundaries, consequences, and the fact that even in a small suburban cul-de-sac, actions have repercussions. And as for Karen, she never mentioned it again, but I occasionally catch her glaring from across the street, perhaps remembering the day her son learned that my Harley and my patience were not to be tested.